I will introduce you, then you will talk. So I'm hiking with these guys, not hiking, but fast packing. They have funny sunglasses. We are not that fast, and we have a dead horse because his leg is hurt. So we should
Kubi doesn't have that much training.
put him down, and let's see what they have to say.
Our journey with the untrained friends Kubi and Sercan continues. In this episode 2, we are taking our friends from Aperlei to
Kekova.
Kekova.
We are the weird guys with sunglasses.
Kekova and Aperlei are 8 kilometers far away from each other. It's a hike with more or less 200 meters of elevation gain, so not particularly hard. Ready for the second day? There is no yes.
Yes.
Let's go for breakfast. We just had breakfast. Now we are relaxing a little bit before starting our second day. And now let me show you how beautiful is my view today.
Kubi and I are going to check the Aperlei ancient site. Kiara and Sercan are not that interested in old stones.
This is my favorite house.
There is a sunken city, sunken harbor. This used to be a harbor city, but now the harbor is under the water. You can do snorkeling and check the ancient site. The only way to access other than the Lycian Way is by boats. As you can see, people are coming. There is no road here. Behind is the valley. So you can see the city ruins back there. As I said, it's a harbor city in the Lycian Union. Lycians are a civilization that lived in southwestern Anatolia, but they had the Greek city style, like, you know, they had the Union, etc. After a while, this harbor city became a Roman and Byzantine city, and then eventually Turkish.
Vallahi ben inşallah. Görüşürüz inşallah. Have a nice holiday.
Thank you. Officially starting day 2.
Kekova.
Vamos! One of the first things that we saw as soon as we started the hike were dogs, but good for Yunus because those were not the Turkish dogs. We started our hike. The beginning was very flat ground, very enjoyable. We even met some other hikers coming towards Aperlei from the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Mainly hikers from Russia, as this trail is particularly famous there. We had to walk a little bit more to get to the sea, and once we arrived at the seaside, at the beginning it was quite flat, typical Mediterranean terra rossa that we learned in the previous video.
Nice camping. Looks like there is a camping. Looks also a bit abandoned, but I don't know.
How I've done Lycian Way for the last 15 years, and most people do it, is from west to east. You start from in the northwest, and then the route goes along the Mediterranean to east. Like Kiara said, like most of the Russian hikers, as far as we understood, they do it from east to west. Probably because some blogger or, like, you know, someone famous, they walked it that way and everybody is following. But the second reason that's much more logical is because you are walking from west to east, the sun is directly into your eyes.
Maybe still functioning. There is nobody anyway. Now we reached the sea. Nice Mediterranean views. There is a huge lizard. Wow.
After a little bit of flat hike, probably the first 2-3 kilometers, we started having a little bit of up and downs, and here it's where our untrained friend Kubi started having serious issues.
How do you feel, Kubi?
Not fine, but I'm okay.
First ibuprofen is done.
Does it feel really?
Yeah. Yes. Nice one.
Sercan always carrying sweet stuff.
The hill almost ended.
Already?
Kubi is not that trained, but he is extremely tough. I'm a man alive, a dream alive.
And we remove your pimples.
Have you seen that? She removed my pimple and it hurt incredibly. I was able to withstand this pain. I feel already stronger.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I have to say that despite the very hard and rocky terrain that made us took a bit longer to arrive to Kekova, on top of all the stops we had to do, the view was always majestic because we were literally walking along the coastline, and it's a section where you have all the rocks and then the sea right after. So it's really, really beautiful. It's very panoramic, and you really see like what makes these regions so unique. We were walking. At some point, we saw some houses, and that's where we realized that we were almost arriving in Kekova, right?
But they never come, right? You just keep seeing them and you have to walk because it's very rocky and you never arrive at the village, you feel like.
True. At some point, we arrived into a bay, which was like very small, not very appealing for a swim, to be honest. Probably became all red because of the color of the rocks. We were sweating. It was extremely, extremely hot. So definitely worth it to take this into account when you need to plan when to start the day.
We arrived at a very small village. There are a few houses.
The little village there is called Ucagiz. Yeah, it's a village, but Kekova is the ancient city that was set up on the island. Because there is a big island actually covering the Mediterranean coast called Kekova Island. There is no habitation in this island, but there used to be an ancient city. But a huge earthquake hit the city. That's why you have a sunken city. When the earthquake hit the city obviously went underwater and people migrated to the mainland, and now there is the modern villages, but like for over 2,000 years there was habitation there. We arrived in Ucagiz, so maybe we'll do some kayaking here because there is a sunken city in Kekova. It's another ancient Lycian city. Blah 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 blah. We are gonna have some beers and stuff.
Let's go have some beers. What did you order, Yunus?
Potato chips, beetroot salad, zucchini thingy, what you will see. When we arrived in Ucagiz, we said, okay, maybe let's do kayaking. Then we asked for kayaking options. There weren't that many availabilities because you need a guide there. Then we decided to do something else.
We decided to jump on a private boat tour, which was pretty much of a surprise. We were not expecting the availability, to be honest, but because it was a low season for summer tourism and also low season for Lycian Way hikers, we basically had all the boat for ourselves.
They even have the upper side. White boy summer speech.
I am collecting some sun. The wind is fresh, the sun is burning.
Going to swim and then to the sunken city.
The first brave man just jumped.
Kubi is not that trained, but he is extremely tough.
I'm not ready for this. Feels very cold. And these guys are barbecuing on the boat. It's very nice, but it's gonna be so cold. He's trying to push me to jump.
Come on.
It's cold.
A bit.
He says it's cold.
Go. Go.
Not too much, but you are getting used to it.
Go.
Immediately.
It takes more than 10 seconds to get used to it. There's one turn.
It hurts, but it's elendi.
The shower is nice.
So it turns out that Yunus never shot the video with this camera. So he's gonna jump again.
Jump together, Kiara. There we go.
When we were about to leave, the second surprise arrived. There is an ice cream boat
Amazing.
Bir tane bak madem.
Kornetler ne kadar? You want cornet?
Yes.
Cornetto klasik.
Wow. Thank you, Sercan. Unbelievable. The guys got their cornetto.
It's Magnum, not Cornetto. Magnum
Cornetto.
with almond.
Wow.
Şu L şeklindeki yapı şehrin limanı.
That's the port of the city.
Milattan önce 3000 yılında büyük bir deprem oluyor burada. Şehir sur altında kalıyor.
3000 years before Christ, there has been a huge earthquake and it's been under the waters. That's the port. Burası liman değil mi?
Bak burası liman.
This was the port of the city.
Büyük
Houses.
ihtimal bunlar ikinci ya da üçüncü kat evleri.
This is the second or third floor of the house. Storages, they generally store oil and wine.
Bir tane Roma yapısı var yukarıda. Örme taşları olan genelde Roma yapı.
This is like a Roman something, like it's a Roman building.
Oyma şeklindeki yapılar da genelde Likyalarda kalıyor.
Nasıl yapılar?
Oyma şeklinde.
Ah, okay. If it's like rocks put on top of each other, that's Roman. If it's like, carved into the rock, that's Lycian.
Going back to Kash. Once we arrived back at the car, I became the driver of the day. So we finally went from Kash to
Karaöz, it's not even a city, it's a little town. It's actually a relatively nice drive.
We finally arrived to our pension for the night. Looks very cozy. Ooh, fancy.
we just checked in our bed and breakfast, and then we had to go for some dinner. And that's where we found a very cute Gözleme place.
Gözleme night.
Şey yanında sıkıntım yok, reklamdan yana. Annem
Çok
de tam
güzel.
poz verir, şurası da çeksinler. Açsana anne.
That's the door.
Açsana. Şöyle kendi yumuruyor.
She makes it herself.
Wow. This is the filling with the cheese and spinaches.
Ispanak var, başka ne var?
Patatesli, ıspanaklı, peynirli.
Yok o şeyin içinde.
Maydanoz ve peynir var.
Ha, maydanoz.
The other option is with potatoes. And she's making the dough, then she makes it thin, and then last it's cooked on the fire. And then it's filled up. Once ready, it's served. Delicious and very typical. Quality check, Yunus. Wow.
I like the potato. Very good.
How is the potato one, Sercan?
Eccellente.
Nice. Let's attack this. And after that, we just went back to our hotel because the day after we had another amazing hike planned, which is the most beautiful part of the Lycian Way. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see the most beautiful part of the Lycian Way, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on your notifications because very soon the third episode of Lycian Way vs Untrained Friends will come out. Little spoiler, Kubi is still part of the game. Sercan is always giving us food and cookies, but day 2 is conquered, day 3 we will see in the next episode.